Welcome back. And that's no longer a slugger. We swapped out our long log truck. I'm gonna try out the Azov today. The Azov special, 5319 special. I decided there is a log crane. You can use a log crane add-on that either faces to the front or the back, actually. There's two different versions for this mod Azov. But I decided I just wanted to try a different truck for the last part of logging week. We will finish today. I have confidence. So let's get to it. Basically we're going to follow our path north again, go to Mountain River, turn in this last one. We get about 24,000, I think, for this one. And we will get that taken care of. And then once that's done, we need to come back here one more time with this truck. We'll just use this one again. And pick up one more long log. And take it all the way out to Pedro Bay, which we cleared the pathway in the last one. No issues anymore with that, which is good. That's what we wanted. I noticed this is something headphone users obviously can hear it okay, but if it's too loud, I'm hoping it's not. I felt like my voice was slightly louder than the game, so I turned the game sound up just a hair, like 3 or 5%, I think, only. Because I wanted to hear some more truck noise. I realized when I did the horn test in the last one, I was like, that's pretty quiet. And if you turn it up to hear the sound and then I start talking again, you blow your eardrums out. So kind of wanted to equalize the sound, so let me know if the sound is in a good spot. I'm gonna obviously review it in the recording, but hopefully this doesn't sound weird. Like I said, I changed it by I think 6% or something. So it's not much higher than it was. Gotta hear the truck noises, you know? Let's go in high. Let's see how high does. Oh yeah, that's good and low on fuel consumption, just like the Slugger was. I guess it wasn't bad in auto either. It keeps going from the... Make sure everything is full. Okay, we're good. Another early morning. I think it's like 6... Yep, 6:45. A long day of logging ahead. Lumberjack zing on the road. It's like in Farming Sim 22, you would cut these down first and then place them on the trailer. It's a really cool. That's one of the very tedious but very fun parts of Farming Sim 22. Logging, and previous versions of Farming Sim. I think they introduced that in 17 or 19. Logging has been a thing for a while, and it's just constantly gotten better. See, in that game, the logging is tedious, but it's a different form of tedious. You have to cut the trees down and then run down it with the chainsaw to cut all the branches off of it, and then you can cut it into pieces that fit. And if you cut the wrong size and it doesn't fit the trailer, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Just a different kind of. This is a lot of travel, you know. Ooh, let's not pop a tire. This thing does have spare tires. We do need to solve that issue on the Boron at some point in time. I need to remember to do it. That's the problem. By the time I get around to using that thing again, I'm going to forget. And it's going to not have spare tires. And I'm going to pop a tire. We'll have to limp it to a trailer, a repair trailer. Guess it wouldn't be the end of the world, but you can drive on one flat tire is not the end of the world. It's just very annoying. That's all. I was playing a little bit earlier off camera, just messing around on some other saves and other games and that kind of thing, using the controller again, and I realized if I walk away from it, it shuts itself off even, so you don't waste battery. Just like a normal PC setup, it just sort of disconnects itself from Bluetooth, and you have to press the button again. I was like, this is great. I'm loving this wireless setup. This truck is so stable feeling. It's like the right length. Just makes you feel safe, you know? I am gonna still go... Oh, let's, we don't need all-wheel drive going down a hill. I am gonna restrict it to high. Let's see how high does. High is pretty slow in this thing. We do want to not lose our trailer on this hill going down. Yep, and then we have one more long logs and one more medium logs, and logging week is done. And then I actually have a plan as well if we happen to have time for another task that's sort of a long travel, but all road again. But I was looking through the tasks off cam and I said, you know what, that's a good one that I'm going to try out, and I know exactly what vehicle I'm going to use, and I know exactly how we're going to do it. Planned ahead this time, guys. We're not just YOLOing missions. Alright. Contract. Done. Level 28. 25,000 almost. Okay, so let's get this thing back to the White Valley log station, and we're going to pick up another set of logs. Let's get out of here. Oh, that was because I'm in mud and I wasn't in all-wheel drive. Probably need all-wheel drive to get back up this hill. I do really love this truck, though. It's not terribly expensive to buy, which is always good when you're limited funds. Early game like this, I mean, technically Alaska's still pretty early game. There's a whole lot of other expansions that go past the vanilla, the 3 vanilla regions. I guess when you think about it, we're a little over halfway done with the vanilla game when you look at it that way. We got about a little less than half of Alaska to do yet, and all of Tamir to do yet. And then the vanilla game is done, and it's on to expansion. And we're gonna pick something. I don't know what it's gonna be. I still haven't decided. We have a whole lot of time to figure that out. Alright. Let's get back. Oh, you know what? We should probably activate that task. Let's get here. Oh, here. GR Enterprises is where that one is. And it is far, far away. Okay. We'll just stop at the... This thing is fairly fuel efficient. It doesn't seem like it sometimes, but I think it is. It's got a lot of fuel as well. 106 gallons. And it carries a decent amount of fuel as well. So yeah, this will be it for the long log trailer as well. When we are done with this, we can find a place to sell this long log trailer. I would have to assume that there's a trailer store in Pedro Bay, but we'll figure it out. I think we're just going to park it and finish this guy out. We'll worry about moving things around before the next episode, but that'll be next week's problem. Today, it's Friday. It's a good pre-weekend day. You're working, you're back to work or working for a living. You're almost ready. It's always... Gotta love Fridays. I'm one of those weird people that doesn't mind Mondays, though. Sometimes you need a break from the weekend, too. Alright, let's get this out of this away. Whoop. Where's that fuel? Where's that? I'm dumb. Good thing this has a decent amount of repair points. Don't want bad suspension when you're trying to, I mean, it wasn't like fully damaged, but who knows what it'll do when you put an entire load of long logs on it. Again, one of the tasks as we get to other things is going to be refilling all of the repair points on basically all of my vehicles now. So I drive a little recklessly sometimes and smash into things. We'll just stop on the way back. We'll get fuel on the way back. Let's get it once. This horn is kind of not as good as some of the other ones. It's not bad, but it's a little more. It's like a high-pitched horn. You need that. Like, I guess it's sort of like train hornish in a way, if that's even a word. Hornish. Horn dash ish. Yeah, we still have our little fuel tank out here too I can top off at, but we'll be okay. We'll be okay. Again, even though there's, I guess there is a lot of like delivery missions out here. And there's just so many that have so many trips. But I still feel like, and we haven't even gotten one of the fuel trailers. There's like 2 or 3 scout trailers on this map that I haven't even touched. There's the 2 big trailers, one that's like partially empty and one that's at the base in Northport. And there is the 2 that are full. 2 big trailers that are full in Pedro Bay. It's just a lot of fuel. There's just fuel everywhere. And you know me, I gotta do my tasks in a relatively efficient manner. Unfortunately, logging is not necessarily the case. I could be like towing a trailer behind, I guess. Or not towing a trailer, I could be like winching a second vehicle behind this to do them both at the same time, but that's risky. I also don't want to be picking up logs. Okay, so now this trip is going to be going to the same spot, to Mountain River, and then we're going to make the trek basically along the road. To get all the way down to the bottom of Pedro Bay. We're for sure going to do this one in live. We'll just chat along the way. Which, speaking of, in other game terms, I've been playing a little bit of that hard mode save off camera. That's been fun. kind of remembering what it's like to be in hard mode and also not have... I guess the vehicles that I went and got are really good. It's pretty easy. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty easy. It's not like driving around the no diff lock rear wheel drive only GMC with highway tires, right? Like, I'm just not using it. I'm using the Taiga and the Corvettes for most. Oop, I was gonna stop and get gas. Burp. Yeah, it's not really that big of a deal. Things are, especially in Michigan, you know, and you're starting in Black River, and like, it's just, everything's super easy if you have a decent truck. It's like when you start your normal save, right? If you start a fresh normal save, which you might not have done in a long time, but let's say you did. And in normal, you get access to all your DLC trucks. So if you have the Zix, you have the Mastodon, if you have the Bandit, if you have, I mean, all the various season patches that you just automatically get vehicles with, the Jeep pack, you know, that kind of thing. There's just so many good vehicles that you just get that you can just use those right away instead. Do your starting quest and then just go to your garage and start using all the good vehicles. Yeah, you can just blast through Michigan. Yeah, I mean, in fact, I'm sure there's somebody who's done it out there, which I am not going to be that person. And I'm sure if you do a search on the old YouTube, I'm sure there's somebody that's done like a speed run of Michigan. How fast can I do all of these tasks in Michigan in one shot? Using the most overpowered vehicles that I can. I mean, think about using the Mastodon in Michigan. Like, it's overkill. You know, you will not have any problems doing any mission or any hauling mission with that truck. And the other nice part is if you have all the, you can always sell a couple of them to get yourself some money right away. When you're playing normal, that's, sell like the 47X, I think it is, the Western Star, like, highway truck that you're just probably never going to use because you have the Mastodon. You can always buy it back if you need it later. I think I can do this without mapping it. Once we get to Pedro Bay, I'm going to look at the map again, but yeah, in terms of the old World of Warcraft, things are sort of winding down. I feel like it's getting that end of season feeling where you just don't play as much. You're just like, eh, you know? And that's kind of where I'm at. I'm kind of playing, you know, alt characters that I didn't play a lot of. And like finding things to do, and I just sort of find things to do in Snowrunner instead. It's more fun. Try and not cause damage to our suspension by going over these tiny little rocks in the road. Hello, Mr. Kodiak. Like, I don't even feel the need to stop here and get gas. We, like, overkilled the gas placement for sure. Which is not a bad thing. It's not bad practice to do that. But, like, there's one right there, and then there's going to be that fuel trailer when we make the right-hand turn and go north. Like, there's just fuel all over the place. I said Pedro Bay doesn't have it quite necessarily everywhere yet, but I don't feel like we're gonna need it. Because there's the fuel truck. There is the GMC, actually. Why is it telling me to go that way? I don't want to go that way. I want to go to Pedro Bay. Yeah, we're going this way. There's only one entrance. Oh, it's telling me to go to get medium logs there. That's what it's telling me. I'm like, there's only one entrance to Pedro Bay. It's this one. But yeah, in no way are we done with Alaska after this. I felt like doing it in the middle, sort of. I didn't want to do logging at the end like I always do. Felt like, seeing as I had everything sort of, all the pathways were taken care of. We did that last one, like I said, that last down pole. Everything is ready to go to make the trips. Nothing is blocking us. There's no pipelines. There's no bridges. Everything is good to go. Let's just get her done. You know what? We're going to stop at the GMC and get gas. We'll skip this one too. See what I mean though? Like, I mean, it's gas, 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 gas. And there's even a couple more fuel trailers on this map. I think there's a scout trailer that's still available, sort of tucked away in the woods. Just fuel all over the place. Now we do have to do, we're going to leave them where they are, because we do have to eventually do contests. But it is going to happen. El Pedro Bay. Let's go slow in this first part because it's sort of tilty. Let's just go low. Alright. Feels a little safer now. We'll go to high. I don't want to go super fast with this trailer. Because, right. Who knows? Send the trailer swinging and lose all of my logs. It's my biggest fear. Like I said, I could have put the... we definitely had the money. It was only 8,000 bucks to put the log loader crane. So we could have put it on this truck, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna drive careful. Hello, GMC. Here's our Lodestar 2 hanging out. We might use him. We might use him again at some point in this series, in the Alaska series. Okay. So now I want to take a look at the map. We are just going to make a quick path. Just so I make sure I'm making the right, correct turns. That last little bit is going to be a little snowy if I remember right. Alright, let's make a turn here. Make sure this trailer doesn't do any tipping. And this will be the same path when we take the Dairy Special, which is still our medium log truck. And that'll be it. That one's ready to go as well. It's sitting in White Valley at the medium log station with medium logs on it. And like I said, if we have time, I'm probably going to speed up the Dairy Special route We won't skip it, but I am going to make it go fast. Because it is a long trip. So yeah, I think we'll, I am going to probably work on that hard mode save just for fun. That's just for me. I don't want to record Michigan. I really just don't want to record Michigan again. There's only so much that can be said about Michigan. Everybody's seen Michigan. Maybe we'll in the game news of the day, maybe I'll keep you updated on my offline progress of the hard mode save. How's that sound? Just let you know where we're at. See if I had any issues. Because it is nice to like use those base game trucks to make you appreciate these mod trucks a little bit more. I'm kind of forgetting what it's like to use the base game trucks, and oh, I'm remembering. I'm definitely remembering. Hello, unicorn. He's guarding that path. So yeah, this was the smart move. I'm glad we cleared all the paths up. Like I said, this one had that pole across it, so cleared that up. Now we can just go straight through without damaging anything or losing any of these logs right at the very end. Because I think the down pole was like right about past this rock, and then you get stuck on it, and then you have to like try and work your way around it, and I was not about to have that stop me right here, right before the end. That would have been terrible. Yeah, this thing is extremely good at logging. Ooh, this is a crappy turnaround. I guess this trailer is fixed. 1/2 done of the last one. We're almost there. Let's get this thing out of the way, so we can bring the dairy in, finish her off. I am just going to park it in the snow. It can make it out. Even if it sinks in a little bit, I think we'll be okay. Not detached trailer. Stop. Is there a trailer store here? Trailer store, trailer store, trailer store. There is. Over there. We could take the hard path back, maybe. Drop this thing off. But anyhow, let's head to White Valley. Dairy Special. Fixing my headphone. I think I need new headphones. And it's not because they're not working. It's because the like adjustment thing is loose. And I tried tightening it and it's just not doing it for me anymore. It's kind of a bummer. I like these headphones. I probably would just buy the same ones. They are old. Alright. So we need to get to Mountain River, take that path over to Pedro Bay. We are going to zoom this up, so we'll be back in a bit.
fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss that stack, taking big swings, each hand to the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't playing no games, I just do that's fact, and I don't feel no shame.
Okay, we are back. Let's take the parking brake off. One last trip, finish out logging. I'm pretty excited. I'm glad that I decided to do logging again. It's been much more fun than I remember it being. Just had to give it a shot again. It is long, it's tedious, but it's a good kind of tedious. We'll stop and say hello to the GMC again, get some fuel. See if I can remember the path. Refuel. This thing, I will say, Friday, this is at you, this thing is pretty darn good. I'm finding, so as I go through this and play with the different trucks that I have available to me, I'm finding that they are all uniquely good in their own way. And this thing is very good at stuff like this where you want to keep it kind of slow. You don't necessarily need to turn super twisty back scout paths. Like this thing would suck trying to like get through the little skinny scout paths of Michigan, you know? But it's fantastic for stuff like this where the road is kind of muddy and crappy and you want to have a very stable truck. This is the one. And I think they are all, in their own way, all of the various vehicles that I'm using currently, all have their niche. You know, they each have something that they're very good at, and I'm starting to find those things, right? So we will continue to use this one. I do like this truck a lot. It was a good find. This one is definitely one of the best when it comes to fuel sipping. It uses so little fuel. You could go forever on this thing. Like this is full bore in auto. I'm using 2.5 gallons a minute only. Now it's down to under 2 gallons a minute. We're done going through the snow. As fast as it can go, 1.7 gallons a minute on flat. Right? I had to look. Okay. We're gonna do another double truck picture for today's thumbnail. Not with the unicorn. Hello, unicorn. Fabled unicorn in its natural environment. I'm gonna pull up by this one. Get both logging trucks for the final episode of Logging Week. And we do have time for that one task I was going to do. Or something I wanted to do that unlocks some other stuff. And I know exactly how we're going to do it too. It's going to be pretty cool. I think we're going to go... Yeah, okay. So let's go like this. We'll just shift left a little bit like this. How's that look? Except it's gonna cut when I... Cuts off about here when I make it into 16 by 9 and there, so let's go like that. Ta-da! And this is the end of logging. Now we know we're gonna get about 4,200 bucks, I think it was, to sell that trailer back. Yep, that was almost 22,000. All right, let's get this thing sort of out of the way, hopefully, maybe. I don't know if I have to come here with this task, but we're gonna leave this off to the side too, just in case. All right, how much money do we have? Oh, let me shut the engine off first. I just saw it, but stop engine. So 89,000. If we sell this trailer back, we'll have another 4,200-ish. So yeah, 93,000. Almost 94,000 from $931. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, so the one that I wanted to do is where? This one. This one. Okay, it's delivered to that one. And this works out because we have this pipeline is fixed. It's a pretty not snowy road. And there's 2 stops we have to make. We have to get concrete blocks and we have to get consumables. And I'm going to show you what vehicle we're going to use in the garage at Northport. We're going to come all the way from Northport. Something vanilla. This bad boy. We're bringing out the wind steer. Ooh. I do not have the upgraded engine in this. Do we need the upgraded engine? Not really. I don't think so. We do want the off-road gearbox. We want our raised suspension. We want the chain tires. Should we get a winch? I almost feel like we should probably get a winch. Probably not a bad idea if we're going to be using this thing. Ooh, that was a lot. Yeah, minus 20,000. Let's throw a spare wheel on it too, just in case. We have a snorkel. We don't get that until we go to Cola. And we get... There is no extra fuel for this thing either, is there? That's okay. We discovered that there's 8 million different things of fuel along the way. Jeez, that is a bumper. Should we do that one? I like that one. That one's kind of boring. This one's kind of cool. Gotta do cosmetic stuff, man. You can't not do cosmetics. Ooh, wait. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Ooh, what? Ooh. Got some good wheels. Let's change those wheels. Yeah, those tires are huge. Okay, so there is, I believe, concrete blocks. No, there is not. Not in here. So here's my plan, right? Follow with me. We're going to go to White Valley. Okay, so we're going to take this. along. Really, the only hard part is right around this bend to White Valley. Forward. 96 gallons. Okay, so let's just top off, make sure we're topped off all the way. And then we are going to make a right. And we have to pick up, I believe it's concrete blocks in White Valley, and then consumables along the way in when we get to Mountain River. And this is a 4-slot mission with a 4-slot truck. This is the only part that I was a little concerned. Will we get stuck? Do we need low? No, we don't. We're good. And I think we're just going to leave it in high because this thing goes a little speedy. Ooh, it really sips fuel in high, too. It's not a bad thing. Again, we don't really need to be too conscious about our fuel usage. It's a matter of not running out between one point to the next. Yeah, I wanted to use the wind steer because we just won. We won the logging week. Now we're winning again with the wind steer. I love this truck. Even without its all-wheel drive, I think it's a great truck. It definitely has, again, downfalls. Ooh, okay. Okay. Easy now. As I was saying, it has its downfalls. It's a little bit long. Sometimes it gets hung up on things. Turning is always an issue that you have to be concerned about. But it's definitely going to come in handy for missions just like this that are, it's just go on the road to pick up 2 things and then pick up 2 more things and go on the road to deliver it. And there's a lot of that left over. And I think what we could do, in theory, is we could use this as a carting vehicle as well, where we could bring 4 things to another thing with a crane, crane it off, crane it onto a trailer, take it to where we need to go in the mud, and then bring this on the road back and get 4 more things. We might do it that way as well. We might use this a little bit more even. Kind of like a relay race. Okay. So this is the only part that's sort of out of the way. Is we need to go from here down to there. That's not that far out of the way. But like that. Takes a little bit for this thing to get going once you start it up too. That's takes a second. Worry about our wide turns. I like the wide load. It's funny. Not even that wide of a truck either. That's the funny part. But you could like load the crap out of this thing, I bet. Which we might still do. We would need to bring a crane truck along though. We would need to like have a crane to load it and then have another crane to unload it. So that's probably a bad idea. Anything we do that with is going to be a crane vehicle. So yeah, and then next week we'll take a look. Like I said, we have a lot of options now. There's just deliveries upon deliveries upon deliveries of stuff. There's a couple of tasks that we have to do yet. There's contests we have to do yet. But we can check the box of logging. That is done. It feels really good. Okay, so this one I believe is the concrete blocks. Yes. Concrete blocks. 1, 2. I can't get consumables here, I don't think. Nope. I know exactly where they are, though. They're on the way. Left, correct? Yeah, left. Going a little fast. Put it in high, slow it down. It's the only thing that this thing, it just like ramps up in speed. It just keeps going and going and going, and then all of a sudden you're flipping and throwing cargo everywhere. And just got to keep it wrangled. High is a good speed for this thing with the off-road gearbox. Yeah, and then this unlocks, I believe there's a task called, or a contract called cargo delivery, which I don't even know what it is. It's deliver some stuff. And then that, once you do that, unlocks all of the cargo apocalypse tasks or contracts. So I think that's probably going to be the path, but we'll just play it by ear and figure out what we want to do next week. Might be something different. I'll come up with some sort of plan. It takes a little second to warm up, you know. Can't just like get in it and slam the gas pedal down right away. Gotta let the glow plugs heat up first, you know, it is a diesel. Don't pop a tire, don't pop a tire, don't pop a tire. Okay, we're good. I will stop and take a little bit of fuel from you, Mr. Rescue Kodiak. Fuel. Not from the Kodiak, from the fuel tank. I think that's definitely going to be the way to do it from this point on, is just take our fuel vehicles and get them spread around, and I think we'll just leave some big tankers at garages, like at the White Valley garage or at the Northport garage. We'll just leave them there when we go on to the next zone in Tamir, and if we need to come back and fill up our fuel trucks, we just drive the fuel truck back to the garage, take it over here, fill it back up, drag it, take it back to Tamir. That's gonna be the way we're gonna do it. I don't think there's a ton of fuel in Tamir, but I could be wrong. I know there is fuel trailers around, but it's like 1 or 2 per region, or per map, I should say. So yeah, right here is consumables, and I'm gonna do this hopefully in a way that works. So I don't really want to turn this thing around. See if this works. See if I can swing this turn. Barely. That worked. Consumables, 1, 2. There we go. Now we just have to make it to the west end of Pedro Bay. We'll stop and get some fuel again from the GMC probably. But it's mainly road, I think. And if it's not, I guess worst case scenario, we have 3 vehicles out there now that we could yank this thing with. If we do actually get stuck, which I don't think this. I have faith in the wind steer because it is called the wind steer. It's not tippet though. Again, it just sort of, it like surprise speeds on you, and then right, that's when it gets dangerous and gets flippy. Let's see, we need to go the long way around. I think that's how we're going to do it. We're just going to go straight, follow that all the way until we get to the service hub. Yeah, in this we don't have to worry about a trailer whipping around. You just have to worry about the truck whipping around. And honestly, it's they must have tuned this thing. I feel like it used to really suck gas. It does not appear that way. Let's just dip our... Can we get fuel from here? Sure. Reverse. Oh, I'm in high, that's why. I'm like, why is it not going in reverse? Oh look, more barricades. I can break my tires and suspension and engine somehow on. Yeah, see that right there. Oh. Go. 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 Uh-oh. Okay, that was weird. Just didn't want to, probably the weaker engine just didn't want to get up this hill. It was a bad place to accidentally stay in high and stall the engine out. As I was saying though, that's what horns need to sound like. Intimidating. Get out of my way. Oh, don't pop, please. Carefully drive over it. Yep. Let's go back in high. A little bit of snow here, but we thought this was deeper than it was. Pretty much not a big deal, even for this guy. Yeah, I mean, and this is stuff that I feel like even like, I mean, obviously I did bring the GMC all the way out here with its just rear wheel drive and diff lock. But like the GMC could get through this as well. You know what I mean? You don't always need all wheel drive for things. This is a little bit of a dirty, muddy path, but again, no. Ooh, what do we got here? Okay, let's just go low right away. This we might need to winch. We'll see what happens. Let's not tip, though. It's making it. It's doing it without an issue. No winching required. Forgot about that spot. Back into high. Not even using diff lock. So, yeah. If you still have the wind steer, check that box. It's a good one to use. Throw the chain mud tires on it and take it out for a spin. Because you get the lifted suspension here. That way you have the bigger tires at least. Avoid this rock. There's one single little tippy here. Yeah, we gotta go around this loop, and then it loops around and goes under the pipeline, and we're good to go. But this is where I'm gonna leave you guys. I think we're gonna just roll to the end and turn this in. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. We'll catch you guys in the next one.